Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there, what's going on? You got your favorite two people here, Crypto Mikkel and myself, Nemesis. I see we got Crypto Bedell dropping those FRs in the Chizity chat.
Nim's alive, guys. He made it.
I made it,
He
I made it, I
disappeared. He
made it.
disappeared on
Sorry.
me, and I
Sorry.
started getting worried.
Sorry, man. I had to
So I'd have to call
I had to
Crypto
find a
Liddell and
rope.
be like,
I had to find a rope and like pull myself out. Like it's like you just kind of slip in. It's like, whoop, oh shit, it happened again.
"Man, we're making sure you're all right, man."
Right. What's going on, Sadie? What's going on, Kyle Rosa? What up, Godu? What's going on, everybody? Don't forget to smash that lizardy like button as you guys are sliding on in here. Yo.
Thanks.
Man.
Sorry, guys. I'm eating real fast.
It's the first mining show of the year. I mean, is mining going good right now?
I mean, not my first mining show of the year, but
well, no, for here. I'm talking about for here. I mean, it's like we've barely entered into the new year. Would you say that my GPU mining market right now is doing good, or kind of meh?
I mean, it's doing good. Depending upon your electric cost, I guess. Depends on how well it's doing.
It's like I'm sitting here and I'm like looking into it and everything, and I'm like, the mining profitability right now, overall, right? If you really kind of look at it, is now what set back 4 years ago. Give or take, you're looking at about a 4-year discrepancy now. Where your top
Like what it feels
GPUs
like,
are
what it feels
making
like in
a
timeline.
dollar. Your top performing GPU is making just under $2. Your next tier down is making about $1. It's like I remember that in 2019.
Yeah.
2020 is when it started getting a little bit better. I was like, the market started like, kind of bouncing around. It was like doing pretty decent, But yeah, 2019. Yeah, this is kind of reminiscent of like 3-4 years ago mining. I mean, for profitability wise.
No.
And I'm not talking about like, guys, it's like where I'm converting it into fiat. Oh, hell no. I want to know how much of that sweet busy Bitcoin it's going to get me. And unfortunately, that's all the only real measuring stick a lot of everybody has that they understand very well is when it's put into dollars or your local currency. Because that's everybody understands the economic energy of your local currency.
Right. I guess I could understand that.
Right. And it's like, I think it's like kind of like a misunderstanding in some ways. I mean, unless you're talking to somebody that's literally, they get to a certain dollar amount and they cash out all the way. Those are, I think, in this space are very rare. I mean, it does happen. I mean, and I think
Crypto Bedell, it does.
Most of the people that
I just went and checked.
And the most of the people that I know that are cashing out in any way, it's just to pay electric bills, pay and other things. Oh, what we got here?
Well, Crypto Bedell was asking about. He's having issues getting a 7000 series like working and tuned. As of November 7th, 2023, AMD 7700 and 7800 XTs were added to MMPOS. So, worth a shot since Hive OS doesn't want to work for you.
But those aren't working in Hive?
No, not at all.
Wow.
It's an operating system. Just like Hive or anything like that.
That is wild.
No, it's it's like literally just like Hive. I have an MMPOS rig, so I just went and checked their like change logs. You can't even get nice hash to hash 7800 XT. Jeez. Well, I mean,
Oh
we can get an
wow.
MMPOS to try.
They don't have it updated.
Mm-mm. I'm assuming it's kernels. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's the issue.
Wasn't there a way to no. It was it's just for the mining software that you can bypass like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I thought you were able to call up the actual uh drivers that were needed for it. Because it's running
It's
Linux.
not a driver thing. It's a kernel thing. It's the Linux that they're using.
Oh.
It most likely doesn't support the kernel version that the
Right,
7000 series
yeah.
is using.
It's like I'm like looking at their support list and it looks like
Even iOS beta, yeah.
they don't even it doesn't even look like it's supporting the
It's
40
gonna be it's
series
gonna be
though.
the version.
That's weird. No, no, hold on here. It
Hmm.
only looks like it's supporting up to the 3090s.
Yep.
So what? None of the 40 series Nvidia are on Hive right now, or is
Don't
that
know.
Hive was easier to integrate for it? I know Hive would have like beta drivers for it.
Right. There you go, Crypto Hotel. If you want, you're not obligated to use that, but there's a referral link. It gives you like an 10% bonus. I don't know if it gives me a 10% bonus, but I know it does give you a 10% bonus. Like, because they give you credits. But if you have one rig, you're never gonna run out of credits. I use it for this my A750s because also, like Hive, does not support Intel very well, and it's same issue because of kernels and drivers and Intel's case. You're welcome, Christopher. Hope it helps.
It looks like Mad Electron Engineering figured it out though.
What 7000 series on Hive?
Yeah. Posted it 3 months ago. I haven't
Nice,
watched
Sean Jermaine.
this.
What's up, dude? Be safe driving.
Oh, it's just the initial support for it. Okay, no, sorry. It's like it's there, but it's not.
No.
I see. So I bet you it's the drivers are there, but the kernel, like you're saying, the kernel support's not there.
Yeah, via the version of uh, Linux that they're using.
Right, right. Poopy. But I guess it's not really like a big thing. Everybody's so hot and heavy with the Nvidia cards right now.
Yeah.
And I'm actually finally consolidating some of my rigs. I've got rid of the RX 580s. It is a done deal.
Nice. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was asking him before I said, before I say a name on it, I was like asking him beforehand. I'm like, is it cool if I say it? Crypto Padel actually purchased the RX 580. So Jared's mining facility GPUs are moving on to a new home. I'm gonna keep one of them. Keeping one of them. So tomorrow I'm gonna, cause like I'm gonna be building the rig for cause like I finally got my my toolbox all set up. So I need to build my little rig that I'm bringing to work with me, and I need to fire up the RX 580
AMD
rig, make sure everything's firing up, because since it's been moved from Oklahoma, I have not fired it up.
Which one? The 580?
The 580. Well, it's like until just recently, none of the GPUs have been turned on, so they've been off for a while.
I'll be all right.
I was sitting there mining with the ASICs and stuff, but, or mining with the CPUs, just not the GPUs because it wasn't really profitable. And I wanted to
Golden Wolf, if you're here in chat, man, well, let me know that you're okay. I know you said you were going to buy a card and felt sketched earlier, so hope everything's gravy.
It's like Crypto Badell, AMD fanboy here, yo. Hey, I'm gonna keep one of the cards, so I mean, like, I want to keep it.
I've always liked AMD cards.
If I've got doubles of any of the cards, I want to try to keep like one of them.
Right.
Just in my little arsenal. So I'll have 1070 and 1070 Ti's that are up for sale, guys. If you guys are interested in that too, I'd rather sell them.
How many gigabytes of VRAM is the 1070 Ti?
8 gigabytes of VRAM.
Hey.
So if anybody's like interested in 1070s and 1070 Ti's, the difference in mining wise on them are really not loads apart from each other. There is usually a little bit of a difference, but not like
that's a little wild.
Astronomically different. Certain cards come with a
Dale's
different.
Take a drink of a drink before and swallow a piece of ice.
Yes.
Ooh.
You get a cold, chilly freaking esophagus on the way down. You're like, ooh.
That last drink got swallowed me ice a piece of ice.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So, and what I like about it is it will free up some room, and I can sit there and rearrange things more economically.
All right. So, speaking of NVIDIA cards, what you think of the 4070 Ti Super?
Other than it's just it really doesn't add anything other than it's got a few more CUDA cores.
No, better memory bandwidth.
Really? Did they actually update that now?
Yep. Yeah, memory bandwidth is higher.
Oh, by a little bit. Not a whole lot, so
256 bus. I think it's a much better card. I think it's probably, like, my opinion, probably like the best card out of the series.
So
so
now
far
we
that
know.
I've seen.
Now we'll know. Okay, so I'm like looking at it now. I had it actually one of the slides that I had pulled up for today's talking to. I just hadn't gone over it all the way. So
Because you
yeah,
got the 4070,
you're getting 16
4070
gigabytes of
Super, 4070 Super TI.
GDDR6X memory. So you're getting a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
memory, a higher bit memory bus, more bandwidth for the same wattage as the TI.
Yep.
So the TI Super is now basically going to be their Ultra Bin chipset. It's basically what it's going to boil down to.
Yeah, and they finally they released the price. 'Cause I was talking about it on my show this morning. And that's when I learned that they have increased the bus or the memory bandwidth, and I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, I wondered how much it was going to be,
But
and we just kind of were guessing around $800 is how much the card will be, which
that's
is
gonna
not
be
not a
and
terrible
that's
price
gonna
point
be that's
for
gonna
what it
be
is.
MSRP that only Nvidia is gonna be able to do.
Yeah, it's gonna
All
be
your AIB partners are gonna
reference
be
for mine.
800 and up.
Mm-hmm.
My big my big drawback on it, and it's like
What should have been? Yeah,
I've
so
always
what
liked.
should have been?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what it should have been in the first place. And I've always been a fan of the 1070 Ti series.
Yeah, the 70 class of
Right,
the series has always been my favorite.
right, because you didn't have to be a baller on you could be a baller on a budget. Basically, you know.
I got a 3070
still,
Ti in my main PC.
You still get a good
You know what I mean?
a good value card. And you're not breaking the bank. You're not getting the ultra, high performance of the 80 class, but you got the 70 class. So you're still a baller on a budget.
Just right there.
Right, exactly. And it's still just a tough pill to swallow going, 6 years ago, you were paying, $800 for an 80 class, and that was a lot. And people are about to pay $800 for a 70 class.
Yeah, if I was gonna buy 40 series card, I would buy that card, and that would probably be the only card I'd buy, and I'd only buy one probably. I'd most likely put it in my main PC.
Now, would you go after the a Founders Edition or an AIB partner and pay the extra premium?
I'd pay the extra premium. Just that way it matches like my computer.
I know. It's like the Nvidia's just got this lackluster look to it. It's just like uneventful. It's just boring. So boring. You can just yawn, dude. And it's like fall asleep and it just passes you by and you're like, what was that? I just don't like freaking the 12-volt high power connector.
Yeah, all of the supers will have that.
I am scared about is there are people who have securely connected their connectors in and they're still melting.
They're even selling they were selling those 90s.
And they all got
some
recalled.
and some of the 90s were melting.
No, they all got recalled.
All the 90s did?
Yes.
I was not saying this because I know there was more than one company.
As far as I know,
ROG Strix for the win.
Was it?
If I was gonna buy one, ROG Strix is pretty great.
Oh, I love the ROG Strix.
I don't know the
Strix. Oh.
To be honest, the new MSI look, the cards the way they look now, they look pretty nice, but it's not gonna be depends upon how well they cool, right? I'm not gonna go buy one day one. I'll wait to see how they all perform first. I'll let Gamers Nexus do the work.
Yeah. You know what I like, and Techman's kind of brushing up on. He's like,
He's
can't get around the wire gauge issue on these connectors, and it's not so much the wire gauge that they're having a problem. It's the contact patch on the pins trying to flow that much power to ground. the ground. These wires are melting on the ground side, and when they start to give up on the ground, they start hot legging the power side. So you get a double whammy on this thing.
Definitely
so
not MSI.
it's a contact
Me
patch
neither.
problem. They need a much more stout pin connector, in my opinion. Which means that the connector needs to be just a little bit bigger. Yeah, hardwire it. You know what? Let's just wire in the proper connector in there and just put 3 or 4 8 pins and call it a day.
Someone made a meme the other day, and it was like a 120-volt plug. And they said, "I got the right wire for this," and they were like, "Let's hardwire this thing into it." It just needs its own 120-volt plug.
Right. Gets its own
Directly
power
off the
supply.
card. Yeah. But yeah, MSI has been. I've never been like the biggest fan of MSI, but 10 series MSI were alright. Like the Dukes.
Oh yeah, the Duke
The
is
Dukes
like
were
out of the
great.
MSI, that was like one of the good performing ones.
Bro, I went and looked up this morning how much Dukes run. 1080 Ti Dukes, they still run for like $800. It's wild.
Got an $800 card.
Yeah.
Get the
Duke,
hell
a
out of
broken
here.
Duke is like $400 to $500, depending upon like the issue. I was
cow.
like, that was absolutely wild. I mean, they're great cards.
I wonder how much my Zotac Amp Extreme my power the Amp Extreme edition. It was like a super
3-fan.
Yeah, super rare though. They made 3 different variations of this card, and I have the rarest one out of all of them. I had some guy from India. He's like, "You want this card?" I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Nothing performs like it." I was like, "All right, I'll give you a try." Yeah, nothing really performed like it, man. This thing would you can overclock the snot out of it, and it made no heat, dude. I was like, "Whoa!"
Was yours a Ti? No.
Oh yeah. 1080 Ti Zotac Amp Core. It was the Amp Core Extreme. Specifically, it was the 1080 Ti Amp
200 bucks used
for the Amp Core Extreme.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is an
the highest
card.
I've seen is 325, and it's open box, but it's never been used. It is brand new.
That is such an underrated card. I'm telling you, dude. That Zotac, if you're looking for a 1080 Ti, that Zotac Core Amp Extreme Edition, it has to have that full name in there. Those were the ones because they were the triple DIN slots. They were a baller for gaming.
For 350.
Absolutely a beast.
There's one for 400.
Mining, that is the best 1080 Ti mining. It puts the Duke to shame.
Now we're getting into like the ridiculous ones where there's like 600, 1,000, you know what I mean, with like stock photos. So
right. Yeah, the Core Amp Extreme for the win. Because you had the Core Amp Edition, which was a 3-fan. You had the Amp Extreme Edition, which was a 3-fan, and then you had the Core Amp Extreme.
Yeah, because I have the Amp.
Right,
just the basic amp and a 2-fan.
And it was the single DIN cooler, which those
and they run hot as.
Oh my! I have one. You want to buy it?
No. I have mine sitting in a box.
Oh god, it's such a.
I bought mine from Colin.
I'm bringing it to work. Oh, that's the one you bought from Colin? That's hilarious.
Yeah, the one I bought from Colin.
He tried selling it to me, and I'm like, he's like, I got the dual fan.
Fans fell off them. Yeah, the fans fell off the ones that I had, but they were replaced already.
Oh God!
I think I paid like $100 something bucks for it.
I've replaced those.
I think
I've replaced the amp fans like 3 times in its life so far.
Yeah,
They're like
whenever
some of the
I
shittiest fans ever.
when I turned the rig off, only one of the fans were working at that point.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's so freaking common. I'd replace them, and like 2 months later, one of the fans stopped spinning. It's like, motherfucker, dude.
and I couldn't use it for a like an actual desktop card because it would artifact all the time.
Oh my god, it got so hot, dude. You had to like
Yep.
undervolt the shit out of it. You had to run that thing at like 85% power at all times.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what the new. I like Zotac cards. You know, depending upon the model. Yeah, and depending upon the model, I have a Zotac 3070 Ti, and it's been flawless since I've gotten it.
But you can't fuck up a 70 class GPU though, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's when you.
I don't know. The 3070 Ti was kind of lackluster.
Yeah, as soon as
you could have bought a 3070 and been just as well off for cheaper. If I could go back, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have bought a Ti. Like it wasn't worth it.
For like a 10-12% performance uplift if you're lucky.
If I'm lucky. Yeah. Besides the fans, you can crank them. Yeah. Yeah, I have a hollow.
Yeah, I actually
Ti hollow.
My
and I can crank the shit out of mine. I'd rather not because it's inside of a PC case, but rather not. But I can crank it, man.
It was really weird to be playing around with my 1080 Ti, the Zotac one. I'd be gaming, right? And I'd like pause the game after like an hour. I could hear my case fans ramping up for the CPU, and I like stick my head underneath the computer a little bit so I can look at the fans on the GPU, and they're like 0 spin. I'm like, this game isn't even taxing the fucking GPU. It's got such a monster cooler on there.
Yeah.
The fans only kicked on when I was mining. It's the only time.
I think my only complaint about mine is that the fans are noisy.
Yes. Oh my god! It sounds like even back in the day they were the same.
I mean, you heard it. You heard it when it was here. Like when those fans, like they're loud.
Yeah, they pull some air. That's how my 1080 Ti was too, man. When I put it in a mining mode, like you can tell. You're like
anything over 70, and you definitely know.
Yeah. Yep.
You definitely know you're doing
100%.
something. You're like, whoosh, doing some work over there.
Oh, Gandhi's like, if anybody's seen the new Bitcoin of Friends, pretty good. Yeah, I've been watching it.
I have not.
I've been.
Are they just reruns? Or are they new episodes?
Revamping the stuff. So he's starting back. I've been talking with one of the guys. So they restarted the story.
Like back to episode 1.
Yeah, they're like they were not happy about how episode 1 originally turned out. So they're gonna revamp.
Yeah, I thought episode 1 last time was pretty good. So I mean,
and if they weren't happy with it, you know it's gonna be better.
It better be.
Oh, the way that they paint, they make Vitalik start looking like it's like, yeah, somebody got schooled by Bitcoin people. Vitalik Buterin's no longer completely trustworthy. So go watch it, people. Show some love over there, Bitcoin Friends. It's awesome shit.
It's good stuff, okay? Yeah. I don't know. I've been mining. I've been continuing to mine. I am looking for like a workstation card. That is still on the hunt. I'm hunting for a 2080 Ti. That's what I'm after. They're still pretty pricey. Like still. Like $300 and like you can have one, which is still a lot. But yeah. Lots of EVGAs on the market, which is like ideally what I want to buy, just because like it's an EVGA. Like it's good, and they don't make them anymore, so like, why not?
It's like, since EVGA is not there to bin all these chips for NVIDIA, do you think the TI Super is the EVGA, is their equivalent of trying to make the EVGA replacement?
I don't know.
Like, here's your lottery winners. Internal testing,
Here's the ones that we know are better.
binning because they know the process.
Allegedly that could be a thing.
Right.
What's up, Tains? Or they just hired people from EVGA.
I don't know if they hired anybody from EVGA, but because Kingpin was going to EVGA, like they moved Kingpin out there so that he could collaborate with EVGA. So
Right.
if NVIDIA knows the process behind what Kingpin was doing, then all they've got to do is just be like, oh, he was just sitting there pushing the limits over here to test the chips. Oh, we could do that. That's super simple. And now you got your TI Supers.
I hate they call it a TI Super though.
I know it's such a confusing naming.
It's a name cluster.
Yeah.
For anyone that's like been around long enough, you're like, why would you do that? Like it's always been base model, TIs, and then you had your supers.
And the supers was weird because it would seem like this, like in the 20 series.
You would think it'd be super awesome, but it wasn't better than a TI.
Right. Well, if you look at it from the 20 series, that was like when the first time that they released the super, it was less than the base model.
It was less than a TI.
Your supers were your entry levels.
Oh well, you had your entry level, then you had your super, then TI.
I thought the first super was actually below base model on specs.
No, it's below TIs.
It was just below.
It's a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher than base. It's like base with better clocks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But wasn't better than a TI.
Right.
And always had, not always, but in the case of like the 2080 Ti and the 2080 Super, the 2080 Ti had 11 gigabytes of RAM compared to the Super, which only had 8.
Right.
It was half of the RAM.
And then the one that everybody was looking for was the 2060 Super KO edition that was a cut down failed 2080.
Mm-hmm. So it's not simple to do what Kingpin was doing. Seen the behind the scenes for Kingpin 2 years ago, and it was an art to the right overclocks on GPUs. Yeah.
Right, but he had a testing methodology that he would do a base run with a chip to be able to bin it without the like. You could probably put certain overclocks down on a chip and be like, okay, this is going to be one of your good performers. The heat load on there when you get it up this high is really good, so you can put these off to the pile. And then once you get your really high end bin chips, you can go through some of those and find the special ones. And that's what Kingpin did. So once he would find the ones that he was putting his name on, those are the ones that would believe that would be really hard to mimic what he was doing, because
Right.
he had a specific way of how he was getting the overclocks up that high.
I always dig these clear shells.
Yeah.
Somebody was working.
Yeah, buddy.
Got the sweat stains to prove it.
You know what's really funny is I've seen hardcore gamers.
Then
with
you
that
got
too.
Thermal paste marks right there.
Yeah, which means it's been opened.
Yeah,
You know,
you can see the paper is gone.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, at least you know it's been maintenance.
Been opened before. But yeah, she sweated.
Oh yeah, she worked hard.
She did some work. I don't know what she did, but they didn't say it did any mining. They said it was. They said it was just
But
in
the
their main PC.
2080s, if you guys remember, these were the ones that would start on fire.
Yeah.
So you could be a normal gamer and actually might be able to get it up hot enough to start sweating the oils out like you were mining on it, and you're just like, no, I'm just an avid gamer. I played a lot of WoW with a really far render distance.
Yeah, they don't say it. They just said both
DPS
of them are
miners,
working.
like, where are all the rumors coming out on the 40 series? TI Supers coming out.
Yeah, it's like a legit thing. They're not rumors.
Yeah, they're not rumors anymore.
Like, there's
they're legit.
They released the prices for them earlier today.
Yeah, we should see a release date the 24th.
And all the
January.
specs are out too.
Yeah, January 24th they should come out.
They're releasing in like series.
Right,
again.
yeah. Of course.
There's like 3 different release dates.
Yeah, but your first one should be on the 24th.
It's based off of models.
So you have everybody's lower end
Stupid.
models, and if Nvidia is going to get involved with their own model that they're going to release with it too.
Yeah, those are the ones coming out first.
Yeah.
So
course,
far,
you know,
we've
Nvidia's
seen.
got to flood the market with their GPUs before anybody else is allowed to make money.
Yeah. And I, from what I've seen, the only ones from the 3070 Ti Supers to be like released so far are palette. Those are the only ones we've seen like glimpses of. We've seen glimpses of like the Supers, but no like Ti Supers, other than palette
Right.
so far,
100%.
as of this morning. But I usually get all my information. I usually get GPU information from videocards.com for my word salad. You're good, man. I hope it was a delicious word salad.
It's all good. Hey, man, if you don't ask, you don't know.
Yeah. Here you go. TPS. Here's your 40. I mean, they're pricing rumors. They're marked as rumors. But they're releasing them in like a week and a half. So the likelihood
you can pretty much speculate where
this
they're
is
going
gonna
to be
their
falling
pricing.
in by now. The closer you get to a release date, the more substantial that the rumors you're hearing is probably true.
Yeah, so 40 Ti-S, which is the Supers, on par with the 4080s. 4070S is on par with a 4070 Ti in most games. So like it's even backwards. Like the Super is better than the Ti. Like
it's not. It's on
so
par.
jacked,
It's not that
man.
it's better. It's on par with it. It's
Wow.
less than the Ti in the product stack also. So it just says that it can compete with the Ti. So they're not going to sit there and give
and
any
here's your-
pricing cuts What it
Your
is that
final
they're going to give you a
layout.
cut down card until that card falls into your price category.
Meridian.
That's basically what's going to happen. They'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, you can't
here's
afford
your
a card? Well, we
4070
release
Ti
this one
Super.
here. Can you afford this one? No. What about if we release this card? Oh, you can afford that one. Excellent. Buy it.
So your Ti and your 4070 Super and your 4070 all share the same 504 gigabits
Of bandwidth.
per second on bandwidth, memory bandwidth.
Right, and all in 192-bit bus.
Correct, and that's where this is why I like the Ti Super, is because it is like the ultimate.
It's the
70 class.
It's the 4070 Ti that it should be.
Yeah, and like they're saying, $799 a year, but it's the same price as the Ti. So I don't know that it would be the same price. And
Yeah.
we've seen them do it before.
Yep.
So it wouldn't surprise me.
And it's like a big old
Since
middle
the
finger to
Princess's card
anybody.
is now literally like a year old at this point.
Right, and that's a big old middle finger to
think.
anybody who bought one. 1 year later, you now can buy a much better class for the same money you spent.
Yeah, for 16 gigabytes of GDDR6X, still running same type of memory. It is running.
It's just been released.
A different chipset though. The GPU is a AD103 instead of a 104 that the 4070s were previously running.
Down. It's basically a cut down.
A cut down 4080.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 4080 also runs.
So it's a 4080 that some of the cores did not. Some of the core did not pass on, so they shut it off. And instead of getting rid of it, they can just reclass it.
Base clock is higher than a 4080. That's a good thing to see.
It doesn't matter.
Even higher than a 4080 Super.
Right, but that ultimately doesn't matter. And a lot of people don't realize that, because basically whenever you're dealing with less cores, you can boost up your frequency because your target on your memory can go higher than what your core can ever deal with. So that's why you'll see obscure GPUs where you're able to get this crazy overclock on there on the core, but the amount of workload for it really isn't there. It's like having an engine. It's like having a high revving motor and a lazy transmission. Like, the memory is the lazy transmission. It wants a big block behind it, but you just gave it a little 4-cylinder. So now you have to rev the crap out of it to get the performance of the memory to come up, because the frequencies are all relative. You still have your frequency curves.
Right.
And that'll dramatically affect your mining, because your frequency curves for your cores are not going to give you any real performance boost. It's going to look cool. You're going to be like, look, I can overclock the snot out of this.
It's going to be super cool while you do it.
Right? You're going to be like, I'm a overclocking expert here. Holy cow, look at this thing. Not mine better than the other card. Damn it.
Dang, I messed up.
Yeah, so be careful when you're looking at high boost frequencies, especially when you're looking at more of a cut down variation. You should be able to achieve a higher boost clock, technically. And we got people might love or hate Gigabyte, but Gigabyte's coming out with a motherboard that's announced to be able to support a Ryzen 8000 G series chipset. So they're going to be the first one to come out there with actual support for the new 8000 series on desktop. It'll be on the Aurora's Elite AX Ice Edition. Dual channel DDR5, 4 DIMMs with AMD Expo, and with, you know, if you got the Intel variation of the board, it'll have XMP memory support modules in there too. It'll have twin 12 plus 2 plus 2 phase digital VRAM solution on there. So you'll be able to have pretty good overclocking ability on this, which is always nice with that. I mean, everything else will have a lot of your standard gaming performances on there. You should be able to mine on there also without any problems. They give you 3
crazy
slots
question.
on this. Huh.
Crazy question. So if you buy a tag for a car, and say it says March 2023 on it currently, does that mean it's out of date?
Yes, back in March.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Someone, the wife was just asked. She's on the phone with somebody. She asked me, and I was like,
back in March.
Yeah,
it's expired. So
pretty sure that's what I thought. Yeah,
this person's gonna pay a
go
nice
tell this
little penalty. They're gonna get hit with a penalty for late payment on it. It's usually a little bit more, just so you know. So I mean, you'll be able to get the new Aurora's Elite will allow you to put a couple of buy one adapters in there, run a couple extra GPUs off of it, but it is not. You know, a lot of the stuff's not a mining motherboard. AMD was never really big about. Nobody's really done AMD mining motherboard solutions. So you can sit there and use U-bit 4-way splitters with them, which is something that I'm going to be doing with the rig that I'm bringing to work. Yes, sir. Like, I've been waiting to buy one of those 4070 cards. The chart makes it hard to figure out what card makes the most sense as a miner. Yeah, it looks like for the most sense, it'd be the TI Super. Absolutely, that'd be the direction that I'd be going in on that for sure. And with Mikkel talking about NVIDIA here with wanting a workstation card, NVIDIA is launching an RTX 5880 Ada Lovelace GPU, launched with 22% fewer cores than the RTX 6000 ADA workstation GPUs. This thing is really slick looking. Has all the performance that you're looking for on this thing. Let's see here, specs on this. It's got 48 gigabytes of GDDR6 non-X memory. It's just regular GDDR6. Memory bus width is 384 bit bus. The bandwidth is 960 gigabytes per second. It's got ECC memory in there. It's the Ada Lovelace architecture. It's got 14,080 CUDA cores in there. NVIDIA 4th generation Tensor cores. Have you seen this one? The new RTX 5880 88 workstation card?
Yeah, the ADR. Yeah.
Oh,
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I love it. Yeah. It's probably going to be like $6,000, but
you know it. Well, I mean, for the RTX 5000 versus the 6000, you have a $2,000 difference. I think this is going to be in the $5,000 range.
It'll be right in between.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
We commented on the stream this morning that it's going to cost $5,880.
No,
Just because of the weird naming scheme. Because it's
no,
a
this one will
5880.
probably
It's just
be
what's gonna cost.
this one will
It's a
probably be
5880.
like $55.99.
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's gonna be like I was thinking like 4,000 or
Like it'll be
5,499. So 54.99.
$5,599 is what I'm thinking.
54.99 is what I'm going with. But yeah, wouldn't that be funny if it was 58.80? That's how much it costs.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we got the names mixed up. That's how much it costs.
Right. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean,
But it does take the 12-volt plug too, if you see the back of it, which is stupid.
Yep.
But I mean, at least I like the placement of the workstation cards. If I could buy one of those for my workstation, I would buy like an A4000. 5,000 would be okay. I think it'd be overkill, but they're expensive as like all get out.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
an A4000 is still expensive.
Or an R4500, which is $2,250.
I don't even know if she could get a 4,000 for right now.
Now they got the RTX 4500, and that one's $2,250.
$700.
Oh,
$700.
so I'm looking at it from new.
I'm looking at it like not new.
So $700 on an RTX 4500. That's not
a brand new A4000 would set you back $900.
It's not
brand
bad.
new. It's not bad. I mean, used isn't like terrible. It's not great. But yeah. Yep. Then you can edit with 4K without having to render down to 720. I don't render down to 720. I record in 4K sometimes, and I render down to 1080.
I record at 1440p and I render at 1440p if I'm doing recordings. Like
all I want is a 3090. Bro, I hear that. I still don't have no 3090.
They're expensive.
Where do I find my username and password to remote into the rig? Bro, I couldn't tell it off my head. I usually go into their FAQ section on the right or on the left, and it's in there.
$3090s are power hogs. Yes, they are. I know all about it. I've got 8, 9, 10, 11. I've only got 12 of them running. And 3 of them are kingpins, so they're extra special on using more power. You're still running 470s? Holy cow! Yeah, those are power hogs, just like my GTX 5500 XTs. GT 5500 Ti. Yeah, 550 Ti. Ugh. It's been a long day. Sneeze rattled my brain. Broke the matrix with a sneeze. Oh.
I'm seeing if I can find a crypto button. Default username is minor, and the default password is MMPOS.
Super simple.
Super simple.
No, those days are over. They can get so much power and have better resource management with just one core.
No
You're not going to
caps,
see the
by
dual
the way.
unless it's in
No.
like a server application. Outside of server applications, no. $470s mine what now? I have no clue.
Whole bunch isn't nothing. I don't know. They're oddly still profitable at 7 cents. It's kind of weird. That worked, but I did change the passwords to something I know. You're welcome. At least you know how. At least you know how to get in. But in their FAQ on the side, it's pretty intense. And I just usually Control F and type something I'm looking for. Yeah, they make about 42 cents a card before electric.
I wonder where on the profitability chart that 40 Ti, 4070 Ti-S edition will hit on in the ranking list of mining. How long will it be until they have full support?
Who knows, man? I mean, a
Like, guys,
4070.
people need to remember this too. Just an FYI. Me and Mikkel come across this. We know this firsthand with the 1660 Ti class. That don't go run out and buy this stuff thinking that you're going to plug it in and start mining with it. The devs don't have the card. Nobody has anything on this. So you could be waiting anywhere from a month or more before you get support. I mean, Intel still is not supported on Hive OS.
So a 4080 will revenue $1.82 a day. A 4070 Ti revenues $1.28. So I mean, you're gonna be hitting on the higher side towards like a 4080. So let's just say for Pyron, for instance, I'd probably say, or what's its most thing is Alephium is the top coin, right? So 3.85 gigahashes on a 3080 or a 4080. So probably around 3.5 gigahashes for the same amount of wattage. You're going to drop hashes because you're dropping cores. But it should be like on par with what a 4080 does. If you want a good estimation, like look what a 4080 is doing, because they share almost everything in similar. Same GPU type, the 103s. Same memory, exact same memory count, 16 gigabytes. 256 bus. I think the only thing with the 4080 was it was higher on the bandwidth by very slim amount. So I think it'll be near 4080 for at least the same amount of hash or the same amount of wattage or less. Hopefully less, because that has a higher boost clock. You might be able to push it up a little higher while still undervolting it. Yeah, man, I 100% think we'll see ETS being start approved starting in next week. I mean, I'm saying probably around the 10th because that was the original date was the 10th. That was like the original hard time date was the 10th. So the fact that nothing's been like officially approved, but they've all given it the green light, I think we'll probably see it on the 10th, like originally stated. Just kind of the way they go with things, in my opinion. I mean, it could be as early as Monday. What about the poker tournament? That is a fantastic comment.
While you're getting all
Let
that,
me get that pulled up.
while you're getting all that pulled up, what's your thought? Have you heard about the whole Carlson network thing?
What about it?
They're going to be changing their algorithm.
Good for them.
They're trying to be ASIC and FPGA resistant. They're going to make it to where, and they've got the same developer that helped make the Flux algorithm is helping them.
Nice. Good for them. Interesting to see how that's going to play out.
Right. That was like one of the things. It's like out of, you know, if any of the FPGA people have been holding on at all, and they've got a significant bag, they could just spite them and fucking tank the market right as they. Oh, if I can't mine it, then it's going to be worth nothing, and just dump. Or do you think that the whole market of FPGAs that are on there are now have been dumping this whole time?
They usually dump as profits go up. So, I mean, if they're smart, they'll hold what coins they have because they know that once the fork happens, you know, usually something like that is positive on the network. So, therefore, the price should have a positive reaction, and they'll sell then. So, kind of my thoughts on that. But most FPGA miners sell during profits, like at peaks. They usually watch it a little bit. Some don't. You know, they're a bit more on the greedier side. They don't really hold coins, especially coins that they don't believe in. They are very quick to sell them for something that they want or need, which is usually more hardware. That's usually what they're selling for. FPGA miners are usually selling for more hardware. I don't blame them. I would if I was at the scales on these FPGA miners, I would sell for more hardware.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe a chance for GPU miners to have some short-lived profits again before everything floods the network again like it usually does. But yeah, like TPS was saying, there is a poker tournament coming up. If you are not in the DCA Discord, the link is down below. You can join the Discord, and inside of the Discord, once you've gotten past the bot, there's a section that is called DCA events, and all of the information for the poker tournaments that we ever normally have is there, and it gets cleared out and is dedicated to one specific event at a time, so therefore you don't lose any information. All right, registration is officially open. It opened today at 3:05 p.m. Eastern time, or 2:05 cool standard time. So you can go sign up currently and get registered for the Neoxa.
I need to do that. Oh my
tournament.
god. Oh my god.
Yep.
FOMO, everybody. FOMO. It's real. There's
Too
only
high
so
for
many
me.
seats. Tell them, because there's only so many seats.
Only so many seats. It's facts. So the tournament starts on the 20th. What is up, Soul Severian, my dude? How you doing?
Yo, what's
So
up? What's up?
poker tournament is on January 20th. It starts at 3:10 p.m. The live stream for this event will start at 3 o'clock Eastern time here on this channel. We'll be live streaming the whole event here on DCA Adventure. We've been given the gracious approval by Neoxa to go ahead and do that. So shout out to them for letting us be the big host. We greatly appreciate that. It will be, of course, 20K buy-in of play chips, guys. This does not cost you any dollars, but it does cost you 20K play chips. So if you do not have an account, sign up. And once you sign up, I think it gives you like 50K play chips, like right off the rip. Otherwise, every 4 hours, it gives you like 15K play chips. If you click the free chips button, click it a few times. That way you have enough chips. It's pretty simple. But this does not cost you anything. But you could win first place, which is 100,000 Neoxa.
Which is like
Plus
300 and
Neoxa
something
hoodie.
dollars.
I think so, yeah. I'm just more interested in 100,000 Neoxa, man. Like, I'm staking Neoxa currently on inodes, and I'm mining Neoxa with my AMD Navi cards. So I'm trying to build 1 million Neoxa. That way I can run a Neoxa node. That is my personal goal. So first place for me, because that would set me further ahead. All right. Second place, you will get 50,000 Neoxa. Third place, 25,000 Neoxa. Fourth place, 20,000 Neoxa. Fifth place, 15,000
Have you
Neoxa.
made it into the top 30 yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I made
don't
it
remember
like
how far I
barely
got.
into the top 30
No,
range.
I've placed
once.
before because I've gotten closer and I've gotten paid out. But I don't remember. I don't remember the
I forget
the
what
place.
range you were in.
Because it was the only game that I was not streaming.
Yeah,
It was
we both had one that I thought we did pretty good.
yeah, I was not streaming that one and I did very well. Streaming takes my focus away, so from the game. But 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, you will get 10,000 Neoxa apiece. 11th through 30th, you will get 5,000 Neoxa apiece. Not to mention, there is 5,000 Neoxas per bounty knockout, and you can knock out more than one bounty if your heart's desire, and that means those rewards are stackable. Our boy Nim up here said that if you knock out me, him, Gundy, and Doge Lord, all four of us, he will let you have his hash from his farm for 24 hours. So
Woo!
it's a lot of luck involved in that because we could all get placed at different tables, and yeah, it's a lot of luck involved in that situation. Good luck to whoever does it.
Right. I will gladly give up the hash rate for
100K
24 hours.
Neoxa. How much for a node? 1 million Neoxa. It's like $6,000 current prices, give or take. But yeah. So currently 5,000 Neoxa per bounty. You got Yashnik, Andy from Neoxa, of course myself, Chump Change, Doge Lord, Nemesis, Gundy, Pocket Change, Max Voltage, Hawk, D Miners, Serpent, and Rabid Mining and Red Fox. Those are the list of bounties this year's round. All right. So out freaking standing and yeah, get in and get signed up. There you go. There is a document right there in chat. I think it's in the description. I don't know that I put in the description earlier. I may not have. If not, it's there in chat. And it'll be in description here in the next few minutes. But yeah, so good luck to everyone who is going to participate. Good luck to you all.
does not look like it's in the description.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Just saying, just saying.
It's all right. I'm adding it right now. I had a feeling it wasn't.
Like, we'll rectify that real quick here. Super simple. TPS I need in this year. We all need. We all need.
All right. There we go. It is in the chat. Or in the description.
Just gotta play that that one song. Gotta know when to fold 'em. Gotta know when to hold 'em.
Yeah, man, get in while the getting's good. Get in while you can.
Right, right.
But guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in chat. Let us know before we start getting out of here for the evening. I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. I think that's been my problem, Soul. Is that I keep drinking, and like the one time I did good, I was actually pretty sober. I mean, yeah. I mean, go figure, right?
Go
Like
figure,
you want
right?
if you want me to drink, you gotta send it to my PO box. Ah, too funny. Flying Brian an E300 VU33P available.
Ooh, hey.
How much?
No.
How much are those bad boys going for?
E300 or E100? Oh, you have a 33. Never mind.
He said
I'll shut up.
E300.
I'll shut up.
Because is that that's the ones that you were playing with, right?
That is the big brother, the one that I have. I have an E100 VU33B.
Oh, they've got them available for sale. Ah.
Oh, on their website?
Yeah. I've been periodically looking at them. I have definitely been looking at them. So,
if I hear any of them being used for sale, I'll let you know.
right.
I see them from time to time.
New 3,299 from Osprey.
These are facts.
And then the 35P is the big bad boy.
Which, in the standpoint of like the 33, a modded forest kitten will run you anywhere from $6 to like $700 a piece. Not to mention the motherboard, processor, power supply that you need to control all of said forest kittens.
Right.
But even at just $700 a pop, times that by 3, you're already at $2,100. So, in the reality of things, you're spending the same amount of money,
Right.
but you're getting it all in one package, which from my testing and like the numbers that I've been crunching over like mine, what I'm getting compared to uh like the E300 version, the efficiency on the E300 version is better. The density between the three makes up for the efficiency. So mine is actually less efficient. I mean, you figure it would be around the same efficiency, it's just the same chip. Efficiency should still be the same, but it is not. It actually is a little bit worse, not by a lot, but it is not the same, for sure. So the density does matter. For what it's worth. Those are things that I learned so far. I'll take the easy button. Yeah. Is pretty easy. Have a watt meter on the way for testing. Very nice.
I still love the Emporia thing. Oh,
Very nice.
Emporia app is just like so awesome. Amazing to have the the whole Emporia app thing. It's like you get everything in one little thing if it wants to load properly today.
Oh, for sure, dude. Later, Soul Severian says, keep it FA. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my dude.
There.
It won't connect
So,
to a pool.
It's like there's your my usage and everything on there. It's like
Nice.
bam, my 2 miners on there. It's like
Very nice.
that's what the Emporia, like every once in a while it like glitches itself.
Sees the card, but won't connect to the pool. Is it the way you're putting it into MMPOS that it's not liking it? I'm gonna go and check mine for you real fast. Yeah, so I don't have any stratums, nothing like that. And you're going to pool and setting the pool, right? Interesting. Next, authorize, accepts the job, then restarts. Interesting. Are AMD drivers like installed? You shouldn't have to, but that's a crazy question. No idea to run the drivers. Yeah. Got contact very crazy. Hmm. I know whenever I first like installed it, I had to like update. As soon as I got on updating it, and then I had to like reboot the PC. Like then after I came back, I was able to do things. Have you rebooted since you've installed everything? Just looking into updating drivers at the moment. Okay, cool. Because that might be like something you have to do. I've never ran AMD and MMPOS, so like I don't know if there's something that I'm missing to tell you. I know that whenever I was like getting it set up for Intel, I had to like manually go and like install the Intel drivers. Like they're there in MMPOS for you to install, but you have to like go and install them. They weren't just like ready. I've never been like the biggest fan of MMPOS, but it works for Intel cards, so it's kind of all you get. Seems to be an issue with Watchdog. Can you disable Watchdog? Usually dash dash Watchdog disable in extra commands. Usually. It's very possible. See.
Well, we are definitely over that 1 hour marker. What are you looking up right now?
Oh, nothing. Nope.
You're definitely over
I'm
that
just-
1 hour marker.
I'm just reading through stuff.
So I think since if anybody else doesn't have any other comments or questions, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Heard that.
Kind of little hungry here. I saw you eating, and I was like, oh man, I should have done that before I went live streaming.
Oh, I know.
But I have some homemade pulled pork. I'll go ahead and warm that up. Mm. Got some of that sweet baby rice.
Ooh.
Gonna get
Yeah, he said
down.
he's tried a couple different pools. Yeah, check in general chat and then also try a different miner. See if a different miner is. See if that's your issue. Or see if the version of the miner it's using is wrong. Those would be good places to start. Yeah, FA for sure. Faux show. Appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us during the stream.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So everybody drop those FAs in the Chisholm chat. Don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. And if you'd like to show your support here, certainly join the Discord. It is free to join. And then you get all that information for the tournament and everything right there at your fingertips. Makes it so much easier. If you got any problems getting into the tournament, you can hop in there, ask us questions. We'll help you walk through it with you so that you can partake. If you'd like to be behind the scenes a little bit, earn one of these wrenches that you see everybody else have, certainly join the Patreon. All the links are down below. Love to have you all be part of it. All you guys that are wrenches out there, much love. Thank you all for the support. You are the reason why we do this as often as we do.
Yeah, I would not tap into the stove for power.
Unless you're not using it.
Yeah.
It's a one or the other. But certainly not both.
Yeah.
Fine, Brian. Yes, on stove. You don't need to eat. PDU machines to your dryer plug. Hell yeah.
I bought a special adapter. I mean, my stove is like a 110 plug, so.
A lot of stoves are 110, but
But I also have a gas stove, so.
Yeah, but depending
I
on
don't have an electric stove.
If it's an electric stove, it should be at least 2-phase.
It'd be like a 220, 30 amp plug.
Yeah. Which will allow you to put a good amount of rigs, but whenever you want to cook, you got to power everything down for like an hour. I guess that's not too bad of a price to pay.
Not at all.
It's like getting in one of those energy management programs. You have to reduce your emission rate for a little while.
I have to stop mining because I want to eat food.
Right.
Or you can maybe start losing weight because you don't want to turn your rigs off.
Right.
Or you start 2024, new unit.
Or you start gaining weight because you start ordering fast food.
Oh yeah, that's bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, no. Turn the rigs off. Eat real food.
Turn the rigs. Eat food, like, we promise.
40 amp. Oh
wow.
Say less, man. Yeah. That'll allow you to put some serious amount of GPUs on there.
You could definitely max out a 30 amp plug or 30 amp PDU.
Yeah,
Not that I recommend that, but
no.
You would have the room.
Hell yeah, brother. He's like tapped
Mm.
into the dryer already. Nice.
These rigs are going everywhere.
What you end up doing when you're a mine, you know you got a mining problem whenever you can't walk through your house without accidentally like stubbing your toe on a rig or an old rig
This
chassis.
room gets a miner, and this room gets a miner, and this room gets a miner.
Well, I
This
had
room
the
gets
mini
two.
I had the mini doges, right? And I was like, "Hey, babe, you want these in the bedroom?" And she's like, "Can we put them in the back bathroom? It gets cold back there in the wintertime." I'm like, "Say
It's cold
less."
back there.
So the back bathroom's got 2 mini doges in it. It actually, a 400 watt a heater back there works pretty nicely.
Yeah, that it does. That it does.
Very cool stuff. But yeah, we'll definitely. I think we're gonna call it right here, guys. I will be going
Sure,
live because I got to get. I'll be going live tomorrow because I've got to get Fidel's rig up, and I want to be able to test all the cards before I send it to him, make sure everything survived and everything. Get it up and hashing for a few moments. As long as it's hashing for like 10 minutes or so, I'll be happy. Just to make sure. I'll have that fired up live and shit. So, and then I'm going to be building my rig for my work rig, and basically switching over the mining motherboard to an AMD board. This way, it's actually can be used better as a rig piece. And then I've got a before I do all of that, I'm going to be modifying a case. This way, I can actually stuff a GPU in there and run it off the motherboard. This way, I have a good usable output on the board. I don't think I have any 90-degree adapters for that. And I'm not, yeah. I'll just have to modify one of the cases so that I can stick the GPU out a little bit. Because some of my cases don't have provisions for having a GPU out the back of it at all.
Right.
They were in server mode. I mean, I could put a wire through the case and just keep it on the by one. I mean, I'm not what's the word most that I'm going to do is pull a little bit of video off of it. It's like I'm not doing any hardcore gaming. It's at work.
The boss said, "Go eat."
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, do I really need to plug a GPU into the motherboard if I'm not gaming on it? Can I get away with like watching YouTube on a by one at like 1080p?
Yeah.
I've seen people game on a by one adapter. I was kind of shocked that they were playing in 1080p.
Yeah, I mean, the latency would be pretty terrible, but I think you might be all right.
Right? Because I wouldn't be gaming on it, right? Like,
Yeah.
as long as everything like matches up properly. Or do I bite the bullet and just modify the case, put one of the GPUs in the slot?
You should be all right. You should be all right. One X is okay. Gaming at lower res.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, I should be able to sit there and do all that. I mean, it's going to work. So I'm going to be looking stuff up for cars, and then maybe having some like YouTube videos going in the background for like some music or something like that.
What? I guess. Well,
Well, it's gonna have
gonna be
like
skedaddling out of
It's
here.
gonna have like 5 GPUs and a 2700X. What's up, Cedric? What up? What up? I saw you sliding in. But all right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna keep rambling because I'm like that rambling hungriness now. So, thank you everybody for being here. Smash that Lizzie like button. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. And we'll see you
Later, guys.
on the next one. Yo.